Welcome back to this episode of the Shooting Bricks podcast. And guys, well, it's been an interesting week, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different. But first, as always, I'm Jarrod and I'm joined by.
It's off season, folks. I'm Daniel Hen, and joining me as well.
Hey, just like this guy in the background here, this episode might just be magic. It's your boy, Jarrell says.
It might just be magic indeed. And you know what? We're going to do something a little bit different. Daniel, you want to let the people know what's going on?
Yes, folks, as I said before, it is officially off season now. Free agency period has ended, and thus the news cycle has definitely slowed. So that means we are here for another episode of Shoot Your Shot. It is a trivia game. I made up the questions this time. As you remember, last season, Jarrod made the questions. But since I made them, I will be taking charge for this brief moment in moderation. So the rules of Shoot Your Shot are simple. There will be a total of 7 questions. A right answer is a total of 1 point. The first person to reach 4 points will win this game. A victor can still be declared, even if they didn't reach 4 points, as long as he or she have the majority by game's end. If there's a tie, I will ask at minimum 2 more questions. If there is no solution after that, 1 more will be asked. If all options are exhausted, it will be considered a tie. Each person gets 30 seconds to answer. The person that didn't answer the question correctly, automatically the other person gets the right to steal. And the person who got the question wrong the first time will have first dibs on the question that comes after the previous one. Each person are given 3 lifelines. The first is a timeout, in addition of 30 seconds to the original question. So if there was 15 seconds left, your now time is 45 seconds. The second lifeline is a turnover. That means 1 to 2 choices are removed out of play. It's up to the player to remember the options that are still left. Then there's the coach's challenge. That means you get an extra chance to answer that question. So these are the rules of the game. There are 7 questions involved here. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. How about you, G?
Shout out to Lance Stevenson, because I'm born ready.
Former Laker too. Shout out.
Yeah.
But Daniel, as always, let us have it.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. All right, Jarrod, you're up first. You got 30 seconds.
Okay.
When the first question is, when was Charles Barkley named the NBA rebounding leader? Your options are A, 1988, B, 1984, C, 1986, D, 1987. You got 30 seconds.
I'm going to just say right off the bat, it is 1987, because 86 would be too close. 84 is when he was drafted. 88 seems a little bit too far. So.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding. Jarrod.
Wow.
Charles Barkley was the rebounding leader in the 1986 and 87 season. His career average, he averaged that season a career high of 14.6 rebounds. Jarrod, you are on the board. You are in the lead. 1 point.
Dude, shout out to Charles Barkley, though. Like, almost 15 boards a game at 6'4". The round amount of rebound. Shout out to him.
Hey, give him his extra inches with his shoes. Come on now. Them shoes give him a good 2 inches.
I mean, that's what they all say, right? I mean, dudes are going to be like, hey, I'm 6 foot. Add 2 inches. If you're 5'9", you say you're 6 foot, right? Add 2 inches, whatever have you. We've all been there. Don't lie. If you're listening to this, don't lie. We've all been there. Except for G, he's 6'3". So.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, are you ready for the next question? Gerrel, you'll be given first chance to answer this question. Are you ready?
Awesome. Yeah, and just in case the viewers aren't reading the description, this is a trivia based on 1980s NBA basketball, correct?
Correct. Yeah. 1980s basketball is what we're doing today.
All right. Awesome.
Gerrel, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Born ready.
All right. Which player of the Boston Big Three in the 1980s played over 1,500 games and scored over 20,000 points? You will have three options for this answer. A, Larry Bird. B, Robert Parrish. Or 3, the great Kevin McHale. You have 30 seconds.
First of all, fuck the Celtics. I feel like this is a trick question, but I'm going to try not to overthink it here. And I'm going to roll with Larry Bird. All right.
Jarrod,
wait a minute. I have a lifeline I could use, correct?
Yes, you have a lifeline.
All right, I ain't trying to let Jarrod steal this one. So
wow.
I'm going to go ahead and use my coach's challenge to give him another chance at a question. Can I use that for this?
Okay. Use it. Go ahead. You have no more coach's challenge, but go ahead.
Okay, so the remaining two is Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale, correct? Damn,
yes.
If I get this wrong, bro, just fire me. Shit, I'm gonna go with Kevin McHale. Oh my God.
Wrong. The correct answer to this question was indeed Robert Parrish. Parrish finished his 21-year career having played over 1,611 games and scored a total of 23,334 points. Larry Bird was infamous for his back issues and was forced to retire in the year 1992. McHale followed shortly after, retiring in 1993. Parrish didn't really retire from the game until the year 1997, the Jordan's 5th championship. So
Robert Parrish, I remember that.
Robert Parrish kind of had a long career after both of them retired.
I should have paid attention to the games. I was thinking about the points.
Dude,
I mean, Robert Parrish, he was there forever, dude. I remember that. I remember he was really friggin' old when he was with Michael Jordan. I think he averaged less than a minute or something, less than 5 minutes per game in his last season, something like that, something crazy. Lord. But yeah, he was around. He was a big body, so big for nothing. At the end, though, not before that. But so what is it? 1-0?
It's 1-0. Jarrod is in the lead. 2 questions have been answered.
You'd love to hear.
Are you ready for the third, Jarrod? Are you ready for the third?
I am. Let's do this.
All right. So the third question is, when did Michael Jeffrey Jordan win his first MVP award? Your answers are A, 1989, B, 1988, C, 1985, Magic's championship year, or D, 1987. You have 30 seconds.
So, okay. 88 was a bad year for the Bulls, right? That was the shot against the Cavs. 85 was too close. 87 is too close because that's still those are the years that the Bulls were still bad. I'm gonna have to say 89 because I think that that's when the one of the Air Jordans came out. All of them came out. So I'm just gonna say 89 final answer because it sounds good.
No, you were wrong. It was B, 1988.
Oh, well, all right. I thought G was going to have a chance to answer that, but it's all good. 1988.
I screwed
really.
Up there. Apologies, folks.
It's fine. It happens. 1988. Wow. Like, what did he average?
I did not get that far, but Jordan was presented with the award on June 1st, 1988. Nice. A little less than a year later, Jordan would make his iconic shot against Craig Elo in the 1989 playoffs.
There we go. I knew it was one of those two. Damn it. I mean, it's really tough to answer things 40 years before. But
so since I fucked up there as the moderator, forgive me, folks. This is my first time moderating. I will automatically give G 1 point since I fucked up. My apologies, Jarrell.
Wow.
You should You should do that more so I get an extra point too.
Okay. Apologies to the fans listening in, but that won't happen again.
Oh my God. Okay, let's get these stats ready. All right, ready? So Michael Jordan, the year that he won the MVP, averaged 35 points per game.
Wow.
5.5 rebounds per game. He averaged 1.6 blocks per game and 5.9 assists. In addition to winning the MVP in 1988, Michael Jordan also won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of expected it. Plus, didn't he win like a slam dunk or whatever and All-Star Game MVP or something crazy like that? He had to have done that.
Michael Jordan is different. He's a different beast. He's a different beast for sure.
Literally born different. He's built different too. But yeah, you'll never see a player like him. Whoever. No, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to stir up controversy. But all right, Daniel, what you got next for us?
Jarrod, you should finish your controversial points next time. I do it all the time. Don't worry, the backlash isn't as bad. So, fourth question. I will follow the rules I have set for myself. All right, question number 4. Gerrel, since I screwed you over, you'll get first dibs here. I warn you, the fourth question is going to be a tricky one. The fourth question is which team drafted the great Dominique Wilkins in the 1982 NBA draft? You have 30 seconds.
So I don't have
your
choices.
Excuse me. Your choices are the Jazz, B, the Warriors, C, the Knicks, D, the Atlanta Hawks. Sorry, you have 30 seconds.
Jazz, Warriors, Knicks. So it's not the Hawks because you said it was a trick question, and it's
a trick question. I didn't say anything.
So Warriors,
tricky question.
Jazz, and Knicks. The Warriors are known for just trading prospects, and the Knicks are dumb enough to do it. Fuck, I'm gonna go. Damn it. This is tough. I'm gonna go with the Warriors.
No. I'm sorry, sir. You are wrong. Jarrod, you have the response. It is in your court. Your choices are A, the Jazz, the Warriors, B, C, the New York Knickerbockers, and D, the Atlanta Hawks. Jarrod, you have 30 seconds.
Ooh-wee. The Knickerbockers, they're fine in the 80s because they had Patrick Ewing at some point, but they're also bad to get Patrick Ewing. You said the Jazz? Jazz, Warriors,
Jazz
Knicks.
is A. Jazz is A, B is Warriors, C, Knicks, D, Hawks.
I'm going to say, it has to be the Hawks. Has to be the Hawks. Final answer, Hawks.
No. You are wrong. Gentlemen, since neither of you got it right, the right answer is A, the Utah Jazz.
What?
Let me explain, guys. Gentlemen. Dominique Wilkins was initially drafted by the Utah Jazz in 1982 draft. But the big news was Dominique Wilkins actually did not want to play in Utah, and the Jazz were having cash flow problems. So basically, they were, the Utah Jazz were financially struggling. So they eventually traded him to the Atlanta Hawks months after the draft happened for players in trade for John Drew, Freeman Williams, and $1 million in cash. It is now considered one of the most lopsided trades in NBA history.
Yeah, I think so too.
Wow. Wow. I'm thinking about the construction of the Jazz's team because we didn't get Stockton yet until 84, correct?
Yeah.
And when did Malone get drafted?
I think like 86 or something. I don't know. I don't know the Jazz. They probably don't have internet over there.
Well, I mean, let's say everything worked out and they kept Dominique and had a big three of Stockton, Dominique, and Malone. Oh my Lord.
Imagine.
Crazy.
Oh,
that would
wow.
be crazy.
Human highlight reel. Oh well.
Wasted career. No offense to Dominique. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just bad organization.
Oh, the Jazz. Oh, okay. I was about to say,
I was talking about Dominique Wilkins and like he went to Atlanta. It was like
it was solid. He had a solid career, Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, it was a Hall of Fame career, but if he had ended up, I think the Jazz thing could have made it alter things a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe if they got Stockton and Malone still.
Yeah,
right. Because I mean, if they had him, they probably wouldn't have gotten Stockton or Malone.
That is true. We'll never know.
We shall never know. Anyways, Daniel, what question is this? Question 5?
Question 5, folks. We are tied at 1-1. It is a stalemate. Yes. This has been a new experience for me so far. This is the first time I'm moderating. But Jarrod, since you got that question wrong, you were the last one to. Since no one got it right, I'm going to turn it to Gerrel. Gerrel, you will have the first dibs here. Question number 5 it's a simple one. Which was the sole expansion team in the year of 1980? Your choices are A, the Dallas Mavericks, B, the Charlotte Hornets, C, the Miami Heat, and D, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh man.
G, you got 30 seconds.
It's not the Miami Heat or the Hornets because they came towards the 90s. And I don't think it's the Timberwolves. So what was the first choice again? The Mavericks?
The Mavericks and Hornets.
I'm gonna go with the Dallas Mavericks.
Ding 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 ding. G. You're leading now 2-1. Here's the fun fact: the NBA expanded 5 times in the era of the 1980s. The Mavs were the first in 1980. The Hornets and the Heat came in 1988, and the Timberwolves and the Magic came in the year 1989.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. There was an era in Mavs basketball before Mark Cuban.
The Timberwolves been garbage, bro. Oh my God. What was they doing for 6 years? 6 years until KG. Oh,
whole lot of nothing, dude. Whole lot of nothing.
2 years with the Magic, and then they get Shaq. So I don't know, man. It's tough.
It is tough. But what's tough is that you're up 2-1, and there's 2 questions left. I have 2 chances to make this happen. If you get this next one right, I'm done. So just a little bit of a motivator here. I still have my lifelines too, so we'll see how that goes.
I was going to say a down 3-1 joke, but never mind.
Not even close, man. Not even close.
All right. Oh, since G got that question right, Jarrod, is now your turn. You did not have a chance to answer the previous question, so this question will be in your court. Question 6 is: after winning the 1982 NBA championship, the Lakers were able to acquire the first pick in that year's draft. Which team did they acquire that pick from? Your choices are A, the Cleveland Cavaliers, B, the Utah Jazz, C, the future bad boy Detroit Pistons, and D, your very own Golden State Warriors. You have 30 seconds.
Can I use the turnover lifeline?
Yes, you may. Your choices now are A and D, the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors.
The Cavs. Because I'm 100% confident that it's the Cavs, because if it wasn't the Cavs, I'd be dumb. But then they have that you can't draft, like you can't trade draft picks in consider. If you have a draft pick, you can't trade
draft.
Yeah, first round picks, you can't trade them in consecutive drafts because their owner at the time in the 80s, Stapien or whatever his name was, he legitimately traded all their first round draft picks because he didn't care for them. So they had to institute a rule saying, hey, you can't do this. And so I'm fairly confident it's the Cavs. This is one of their one-off trades for the number 1 pick.
Since you got your final answer within time from the buzzer, I will give you this one. Jarrod Castillo, you, sir, are tied up. You are now tied 2-2. Ding, ding, ding. It was indeed the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, my Lord.
Long story short, in the late 1970s, LA traded it was not specified, a bench player to the Cavaliers, who the Cavs thought had great potential at the time. Well, unfortunately, things didn't really work out as the Cavaliers had the worst record in 1981 and 1982 season. The Lakers would eventually use that pick to their own advantage and selected, guess who? Mr. Big Game James Worthy.
Right there. Right there.
who went on to win a couple NBA championships in the Showtime era.
Wow.
MVP as well.
Shout out to the Cavs for being perpetually bad.
Bad management.
Bad management indeed. But correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel. This is question 7, right?
Question 6. There's one last official question left.
Oh, all right. I'm ready.
All right. Since Jarrod, you got that question right, this ball will be in G's court. He did not get to answer the previous question. So for you to win this game, G is going to have to get this question wrong and you're going to have to steal it. So pray on your knees.
Damn,
So,
like that? Okay.
Gerrel, it is your turn. Question 7 is this. G, are you ready? When did the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar win his last league MVP award? Your choices are A, 1983, B, 1987, Magic's 4th championship year, C, 1984, and D, 1980. You have 30 seconds.
I'm gonna use my turnover.
All right. Gerrel is using his turnover. The answers have been shelved to 2. Your choices now are A, 1983, D, 1980.
Oh my goodness, that's so tough. 50% chance, bro. Kareem was 80 or 83. 30 seconds. Timeout.
You used your timeout already.
I did not. I used my coach's challenge.
So 30 seconds.
Oh, you coach's challenge. Yeah, all right. 30 seconds. I will allow you to have this one.
Okay. 79 to 80 was when Magic came and he won Finals MVP and Kareem got injured. So I'm gonna go with 1983.
I am sorry, sir. Your question is wrong. Jarrod, the ball is in your court, in your favor. You have 30 seconds. Your choices are 1983, B, 1987, C, 1984, D, 1980.
Well, I mean, just going off of what G said and the fact that he eliminated 2 answers, I'm going to say 1983.
No.
Oh my God!
Wait, what? Wait, what?
What the hell, bro? Oh my God.
G, you said 1983.
He said 1980.
I did it, bro. I said 1980 was the year that Magic won Finals MVP and they won a championship. And that's why I went with 83.
Oh my God. Oh, what?
The correct answer was D, 1980. Kareem averaged 24.8 points per game that year, along with 3.4 blocks. And obviously, the Lakers would win their first championship under the new Magic and Kareem regime.
What on earth? You know what? It's destined to be like this, down to the very last question, right? How many questions we got left, Daniel?
There are now 3 tiebreaker questions. Since Jarrod, you got your steal wrong, Gerrel, the ball has returned to Gerrel's court. We are now on question 8. All right.
Literally shooting bricks on that one.
Gerrel, this is literally the final penalty kick in a soccer match. Question 8 is this. How many points did James Worthy average in the 1988 NBA Finals against the bad boy Detroit Pistons? Your options are A, 27, B, 22, C, 25, D, 21. You have 30 seconds.
Big game James, man. I don't know, bro. At the time, he was growing into his own. He was a 6-year pro. I'm gonna go with 27 points per game.
Nope. You did not get that question right. Jarrod is now in your favor. If you win today's game. Your options are A, 27, B, 22, C, 25, D, 21. You have 30 seconds.
So my guess is because big game, 27 points right off the bat, because it's the most. So I still have my coach's challenge and my timeout. So I'm going to say 27 points, final answer.
You are unfortunately incorrect.
However, I did mention that I was going to use my coach's challenge. So I have
Go ahead.
one more shot.
Yes.
I'm going to say 22 points. 22 points. Final answer.
Dun, 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 dun. You, sir, are correct. It is indeed B. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh,
22
my Lord.
points.
Oh, my Lord, dude.
The Lakers would go on to beat the bad boy Pistons that year in, I believe, 7 games. One of the more famous games to happen at the fabulous LA 4. Jarrod, since you have finished with 3 points, Gerrel finished with 2. Today, you are declared the winner of Shoot Your Shot. Congratulations. How does it feel?
It feels, I should have gotten that last question right too, but it is what it is. I'll take it. I won. I'll take it. I'll take it. But I can't wait to do this again though. This was really, really fun, even though we had like a combined 5 points out of 8 questions. So yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah. Yes. To the folks that are listening, this is my first time doing this job, so forgive me for my mistakes. It was kind of nerve-wracking moderating, but you know what? This was fun as well, and I can't wait to do this sometime very soon.
Hey, screw all the haters. You did a fantastic job, so don't worry about it. Fantastic job.
Big facts.
I'm sorry, G.
No, I'm dying of laughter because Jarrod, for 2 questions, still selected the answer that I selected that was wrong. Even for the last question, he said 27 points, and I said 27 points. So I'm like, what? Jarrod, what you doing?
Bro, it is what it is, man. There's you gotta add some suspense, right? That's what makes the game fun. But
I guess so.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles and the ball rolls. But anything else we should know, Daniel, before we wrap things up here?
It was fun moderating. It truly was.
Yeah, it was really fun just being along for the ride, man. I know it's been crazy, but one quick thing that I think you guys will find kind of crazy too is the fact that the Lakers have worked out IT, Darren Collison, and Mike James because they're looking to sign 2 players for depth. Two veteran guys, especially for that squad. Any quick thoughts on that before we wrap things up?
I don't think they're not bad signings. They're good signings. I think it's just the run of the mill. Like this feels like filling out the last roster spots to me. I think this team that was formulated in the height of off season, that's are going to be our big figures to come this year. So not many thoughts on that, but solid nonetheless.
I like it. As far as Darren Collison and IT goes, we have a lot of guards on this roster, so as much mentorship that we can get from veterans, especially veterans that have been very successful. IT was an MVP voting at the peak of his career, and Darren Collison has been a consistent point guard throughout his career. Remember, he pump faked on the Lakers a couple of years ago, back when we had Lonzo Ball, like he was going to come out of retirement or whatnot. But so yeah, and it's always a feel good story. So I'm all for IT. I'm cool with Darren Collison as well. And then if Mike James makes it, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I really hope IT gets a shot because you really want to root for the little guy, no pun intended, because he just has had a really rough few years. So let's hope the Lakers do him right and sign him again for a championship. And then he could, go off into the sunset all happy. But speaking of things that'll make us happy, make sure to subscribe to the Shooting Bricks podcast and leave a review on your platform of choice. It really helps us out. Lastly, make sure to follow us on @PodcastBricks on Twitter, @Shooting Bricks Podcast on Instagram, and @The Shooting Bricks Podcast on YouTube for all the news and the video of this episode of the Shooting Bricks Podcast. And as always, I'm Jarrod Castillo.
I'm Daniel Huynh. Playing trivia is fun, and joining me as well.
Shout out to the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's get it. It's your boy, Jarrod Gerrel, Jarrell Sells.
And we will see you guys next time.